1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, and welcome to week 3, the end of week 3 of Jake's Views and Reviews for the 2019 General Legislative Session. I'm Senator Jake Anderegg, and let me get right to it. We had quite a bit happen this week. My bill, Senate Bill 138, Utah Apprenticeship Act, passed out of committee, is going to be heard on the Senate floor this coming week, week 4. We are going to take Monday off, I should interject right there, because we have President's Day and it's a federal holiday, so we all play hooky as legislators. So probably going to go skiing. We'll see. Or finish my basement, whatever. Senate Bill 109, Civil Asset Forfeiture Bill. This is not a full repeal of civil asset forfeiture, but it is a marked improvement. We're removing a couple aspects that I think we were able to convince law enforcement were absolutely needed. That passed second reading in the Senate today, should pass out on Tuesday of next week, and so I'm looking forward to that. Senate Bill 34, my Affordable Housing Amendments Bill, that the Deseret News gave it a very unfavorable characteristic, which has made a lot of my constituents pretty upset with me. But the truth is the way the Deseret News described it is not how the bill really is. But anyhow, it passed out of the Senate with a vote of 20-9. So now we move over to the House, and we're looking forward to getting things adopted and passed there. Just a real quick update on the budget. Everyone's been told that we have a $1.3 billion budget. The reality is that on the education fund side, that is accounting for about 3/4 of our available funds this year. And the vast majority of that is one-time money, not ongoing money. The difference between one-time money and ongoing is obviously we only get it in that year, but it's not going to be reoccurring year in and year out. Ongoing money is money we can count on year in and year out. So you can't fund things like people's salaries from one-time money. You have to do that from ongoing money. So the education fund, which is the biggest chunk of the surplus, is three-quarters of our surplus is in the education fund and is one-time money. So we don't actually have as much surplus as people are expecting. In fact, on the general fund side, which only accounts for about 25% of our revenue this year, we probably have a shortfall of close to $200 million with about $2 billion of requests this year. So we got a lot of wrangling to go, and that includes Medicaid expansion. So let's go to Medicaid expansion. Senate Bill 96. Senate Bill 96 is going to actually cost the state about $12 million in year 1 and about $68 million in year 2. It passed out of the Senate with some safeguards in place, went over to the House, and it actually failed in its original format over there, so they modified it. But as they modified it to even be more restrictive than what we had done, the House sponsor over there decided to vote against his own bill and send a signal to leadership that if he walked, they wouldn't get to a veto-proof 50 votes. So then the House capitulated and compromised. And so ultimately it passed out of the House with a vote of 56 yays and whatever the difference is on nays. And it's like 19. But what that does is it makes it for two things. It makes it so it's veto-proof, but it also makes it so that the referendum can't be run again for 5 years. That's why we had to get to 20 votes in the Senate and 50 votes in the House. But they called our bluff and they said, hey, you were looking for these waivers from the federal government, so if those waivers don't come through, we do full expansion. Yes, full expansion with a few changes, like we removed the perpetual inflation component to hospitals and doctors, which would have bankrupted us. So anyhow, that passed, is now signed into law. So that is going to also affect our budget and take away, that's part of the reason we're up to $210 million of deficit in our general fund, that we're all eyeing education dollars to be able to figure out how to pay for that. So that's where we're at. We've still got a lot of work to do. There's still a lot of bills going through the process. That's just kind of an update. If you want to reach out to me, give me a call, 801-901-3580. Shoot me an email, jandereg@le.utah.gov. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I look forward to hearing from you and engaging with you. As always, from the Utah State Capitol Complex, this is Senator Jake Anderegg saying, catch you next time.